Hi and welcome back to Dusty Book Sniffers. I'm Nicole and today we're going to talk about Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Well, good morning or good evening everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me. If you are new here and you've yet to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then that way you won't miss out on any of my future bookish uploads. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and listening to me prattle on about the books that I have read. Alright, while we're talking about hitting subscribe buttons and all the rest of it, make sure that you all hit that like button right now, and then that way you won't forget to do it at the end of the video. Alright, so I delved into the world of Robin Hobb, and the Assassin's Apprentice is her first book. I had decided after much discussions with friends and other booktubers and people that I've spoken to in Discords and on Instagram that I should read this series. So I bit the bullet and I bought the first three. So it's the Farseer trilogy, and yeah, where do I start? You're probably all wondering, do I like it? Yes, I do. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. Am I going to continue with it? Yes, I am, because this is very much an introduction book. So basically, this is book one in the Farseer trilogy, and I felt that this is really setting something up for me to thoroughly enjoy, and I have it on good authority that I will enjoy this series by many booktubers that have seen that I'm reading it. But yes, I've read this in 2 sittings. I have some thoughts about how to read this. And in my opinion, I don't think that you can sit down and read a couple of chapters and then come back to it. I think you need to sit down for a good couple of hours, or at least half of the book, and read it, because there is just so much that is getting built and all the rest of it. Now, I will say this was very like a political fantasy for me, so there's a lot of world politics going on for this world, and so it's following the story of Fitz, and Fitz is telling us, as an adult, he's telling us his story of his childhood, and that's when we're introduced to him. He is a for lack of a better term, a bastard child, and he is of royal blood. And basically he has ended up at the keep, and he is essentially sleeping in the stables with the stable hand, who was very good friends with his biological father. And I'm terrible with names and remembering names, but I think it was Prince Chivalry on that. So I've noticed that, I could be wrong, but all the people are, all the royal people are named like King Shrewd, so he's very shrewd, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. I sort of noticed that sort of a bit of a pattern. I thought it was weird, but okay, whatever on that. I will say that Robin Hobb is very wordy. Like, she does like to put a lot of words down on a page, and sometimes I think overly so. Like, I don't think that we really needed all of it, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm enjoying it for what it was. I don't know when this was published. I didn't even look at that, but all right, so it was originally published in 1995 according to the front of this book, and this paperback copy was published in 2014, and I think these are the UK covers from memory. So, as I said, this is very much an introduction book. So you're being introduced to the world, you're being introduced to all the characters, you're being introduced to Fitz, the main character. As I said, he is telling it a story from his adult. He's an adult telling his story of childhood. I'm still trying to work out some of the things, which I think will be explained a little bit more in the second book. And there was just a whole heap of series of events, and essentially everybody's really wary of him because he's the rightful heir to the throne, but he was born out of wedlock. So his father abdicated, like decided not to be in the running for the throne, and he has left. So he's left, and he's left with his wife, because I believe his wife didn't want to have anything to do with the child. So that's how he's ended up with King Shrewd, taking him under his wing and basically training him to be a Kingsman, which essentially is an assassin. And he's being trained in the ways of doing that. So being at the beck and call of King Shrewd and doing things that are morally grey. Or just flat out wrong, like killing people. So there's all of that, and there's a couple of scenes in here where I was a little bit confused about what was going on. Like, what the hell is forging? I must have missed something. I don't know. Like, I was reading it, I still don't understand what forging is. There's a whole thing where they're talking about this forging, and the way I'm perceiving it is like they're homeless people or something. And they're uncouth, they don't have any manners, they eat like barbarians, basically. There was a description of a girl in it that she just, excuse my French, craps all over the place and basically has no personal hygiene whatsoever. And she was apparently forged. So I'm a little bit confused on that. I'm hoping that it explains it a little bit better. And I was a little bit confused about some of the politics that was happening, but as I said, I was more focused on the characters, and all that was sort of a bit of a sideline for me. It wasn't really the standout of the book. The standout of the book was Fitz and his journey and where he's going to be heading. So I really did enjoy this book. As I said, I read this pretty quickly. I read it in 2 sittings. I guess I'm lucky in that aspect. I don't have young children. And I get up, I do all my work, and then once that's all done, I can sit down for the rest of the day till they get home, or I've got to go and pick them up and I can read. So I'm lucky in that aspect. And I'm not 100% sure. I'm giving this, because of the enjoyment factor that I got from it. Like, I really like the story and where the story's heading. I like the fact that I don't want to give anything away either. I don't want to do any spoilers or anything like that, because apparently I thought I was the last person on the face of the planet to read this, but apparently I'm not, because Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot is coming along, and a few other people said that they will jump back into it as well. So I wasn't the last person to read this like I thought I was, but so I'm pretty happy that I've picked it up. I'm looking forward to starting book 2. So if you've read book 1 and you've yet to pick up book 2, we are having a group read over on our Discord. You can find all the details down below for that, and come over and join in the group read. It's sort of started out as a buddy read between me and Kelly, and we are still buddy reading it because people may drop off that, but I also added it as a group read as well, to make it easier for everybody to join along. I really, really did enjoy this. I do love a good story with a bastard child and a child that has no family to speak of, and that they're trying to find their way in the world. I do like that. I guess it resonates with me a little bit, having left home so young and had to find my own way in the world, basically. Those sort of stories resonate with me. So I am giving this... See, I'm bordering on 3 to 4 stars. But I don't want to, like, you know what? I'm going to rate it. I'm going to say 4 stars. I'm going to say 4 stars on this one. And I'm going to rate each individual book as they stand. And then overall, once I've finished the Farseer trilogy, I will then talk about the whole trilogy, because I probably understand a lot more that's going on in this world, because I'm still a little bit confused about some of the stuff. So forging, the ships... what's going on with them? Some questions need to be answered, and I do believe that they're going to get answered in the next book. But that is my opinion on Assassin's Apprentice. Good book, thoroughly loved it, 4 stars. You should pick it up if you haven't. I'm now on the Robin Hobb bandwagon. I'm hoping that a few people are happy that I'm here. All right, that's it from me this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. As I said, it's a little bit of a sketchy review, because of the simple fact is that I've only read the first book. It is very much introducing us to the characters in the world, and I'm looking forward to continuing on in this world. So give me a thumbs up down below if you haven't already done so, and if you've yet to subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it to all notifications, and then that way you're not going to miss out on any of my future bookish uploads. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much for doing so, and I will see you all again next week for another review. Bye for now.